Hello and welcome back to the channel for all those viewers who have been here before. If this is your first time, thank you for coming. However, this is the back nine of the Gargoyle Park course in Olean, New York. So go back, watch the front nine, and then rejoin here. If you've already watched the front nine, thank you very much for that. I'm currently sitting at 1 over going into hole 10. So here we go. Hole 10 is a 313 foot par 3. Plays to that basket straight ahead behind the branches hanging down. All right, so turn that one over a little, just kept turning over. I was hoping it was gonna come back. Not too bad though. All right, so we've got another one that looks to be pretty close to the circle's edge. Pretty sure it's just outside, I'd guess maybe 35. Another par. Hole 11 is a 306 foot par 3 that plays straight ahead, and the group of the 3 trees that are lit up at the center of the screen, the basket is right behind the tree all the way to the right. Kept that low, knew I had to with the trees up there. Pushed a little bit too far. Definitely started to turn a little bit more than I really was expecting it to. Ended up fading back, but then also took a little bit of a skip. Definitely looks like that one went pretty decently deep. It actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Basket is a little bit further back here than the tree would have made it look like. Looks like it's about a 25 footer or so, slightly uphill. Just not enough on that. Should be another fairly routine par. And clean that one up. Hole 12 is a 244 foot par 3 that plays to the basket straight ahead, just tucked behind that tree. Totally just turned over. Maybe not the best idea to be forehanding mids right now. Possibly should have put a little bit of hyzer on that. It's a shame, but it's out there. Basket is still obstructed by the tree. He's gonna play to get close. That should be fairly close. It hit the pole. So after hitting the pole, I thought that would be a little bit closer, but still should be a very routine tap in. And another par. That's a hole that I definitely think if I did it again, I could definitely birdie. Hole 13 is a 517 foot par 4 that plays through the gap ahead out into the sun opening, and it's a ways out there, slightly to the left. So the basket is still straight ahead up on the hill right there. About 205 feet out from it still. caught enough of that tree to knock it down. I was trying to play the wide line and skip up towards the hill so that it didn't go past. Unfortunately, just a little too high out of my hand. Caught that branch. Still ended up getting up there, but definitely shorter than I was hoping. Could be a tester of a birdie putt. Yeah, so after hitting that tree, I am definitely shorter than I was hoping to be. There's a little bit of a tree backstop behind the basket, but it is also on a hill. I'm in circle 2. I'm still going to give this a little bit of a bid, trying to keep it close though if I miss. That was a great birdie. Really needed one of those. I've been all over the basket from circle 2 today, so that one feels exceptionally good. Hole 14 is a 241 foot par 3 that plays through the trees and to that basket straight ahead. That disc has legitimately been flipping over every time I threw it. So I put it on what I thought was a decent amount of hyzer to get it to flip over, and it didn't even start to turn. This is what I still have to get myself up there. I think it's honestly a little shorter than I wanted to be, but it's still putt. Definitely, like I said, came up short. Got this maybe 20 to 22 footer or so left for par. And now I have about a 20 footer left for bogey after that rollaway. Well, definitely did not see this hole going that way. Got one stroke back on the last hole just to take a double bogey on what is honestly probably the easiest hole that I've played so far. Hole 15 is a 276 foot par 3 that plays to that basket straight ahead, with the tree to the left being a mandatory that you must go to the right. Well, that is OB. So that last shot definitely went OB. This honestly seems to be about where it went out, because it finished over there and it was still turning over. The line's not really defined other than parking lot. There's still stones and stuff kind of scattered here, so I'm just gonna take it from here. It's about the best I can figure. I thought that was in. Would have been nice to be able to save the par. Definitely thought that was in. A little bit of a longer putt than I wanted though, but had to give it a chance. And this is what I've got left for the bogey. Did not go through my routine there. Back-to-back double bogeys after getting myself back to even. Definitely hurts a little bit. Hole 16 is a 369 foot par 3. Plays through that gap to the basket at the top center of the screen ahead. And that turned over and also looks like it's OB. So, like I had said, I did go across the path, OB, about right here, and this is what I'm left with. Path and the path long are still OB from here. It'll be a tap in, but it's still a tap in for bogey. And there's the tap in for the bogey. Hole 17 is a 417 foot par 4 that plays through the trees, up the hill, and then slightly over to the right, kind of back behind the patch of trees, but a ways up on top of the hill. One made it decently up the hill, as long as it didn't skip enough to go into the woods on the right, which is OB. That should be fairly decent. Possibly a long putt or maybe throw in bid from there, but I think it's going to be a little short. Right here is where I ended up. Basket is still up there through the trees. About 115 feet out still. That's going to be right on the edge of the OB. Didn't really want to put way too much on that. Caught the trees, kind of killed it a little bit early, but should still be a putt. So we are still just in bounds. I take my relief. And put that away for the birdie. Definitely feel like this hole could have some eagle opportunities. I don't quite have the consistent distance for it, but it's definitely there. All right, we have made it to hole 18, which is a 272 foot par 3. The yellow stakes posts on the left and over is OB, and the basket is straight up there between the trees at the top of the hill. Did not flip up, stayed very, very stable there. Do not really have a look for the birdie. Unfortunate. Definitely think that may have been the disc, just too much hyzer on it. So like I had totally suspected, I put a little bit more on this than I needed, and also hyzered out much more than I would have liked. That honestly got a lucky kick off the tree. That was not the best throw. Really meant to play that outside of the tree and skip under the basket, but it's up there for hopefully a tap-in par. So here is what is left for the par. A little bit of a low ceiling there. And because I didn't take my time on that, another tap-in bogey to end the round. All right, so that is the end of my 18 holes at Gargoyle Park Disc Golf Course in Olean, New York. Front 9, 1 over, back 9 ended up going 4 over to finish at 5 over. Really just a bad stretch of holes there. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more videos to come soon. Thank you.